Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Michael Elkins, founder of MLE Law, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 1 of State of the Firm. So one of the reasons that I wanted to do kind of a fun video like this and incorporate it into a video series is that I think a lot of what we're seeing on LinkedIn from lawyers is frankly the same old. It's a blog post accompanied by either a stock photo of an office or a gavel or a scale of justice, right? Or a headshot of the person that wrote the blog post. And it's inevitably about some legal issue that's come up, and then you read the post and you get told this impacts, for instance, we'll take the FLSA rule. This impacts employers and you need to do A, B, and C. And I think that that's all great. I'm not knocking blog posts. I think that they're great. But for lawyers, it's sort of the same old thing over and over and over again. I thought it might be fun to provide a video update on not only what might be happening in the law, but what's happening at the firm, what's happening with what's going on in the legal community, at least relative to what MLE Law is doing, and just generally talking about things that might be interesting or fun, or letting people see a personality from a lawyer, because I think the things we're getting on LinkedIn, at least from lawyers, are very cold, it's very professional, for lack of a better word. There are some lawyers that are doing things a little differently, but I think it's important to let personality show through. Having said that, this particular update really is sort of a backtracking from when we started. We've been open about 2 months now to present day, what's been happening with this law firm. If you read my LinkedIn article, you know that I'd worked for a mid-sized Florida firm for the last 7 years. And in 2018, actually earned the most money I've ever made as a lawyer, which I'm super grateful for. And then I promptly resigned. And I listed out a number of reasons as to why I did that. So we're now at approximately the 2-month marker since I've had my own law firm running. And I have to say things have been great. And I would tell you if they weren't great, by the way. Now, there have been certainly a few hiccups along the way. I had a day where my entire email crashed. That was hectic to say the least, because there was no IT person to call. I was the IT person. But otherwise, things have been great. All of my clients came with me, of course, and then I've been able to get some new business as well, which I was really, frankly, nervous about, because when you go out on your own, that's really what you need to do. You need to bring in business, and I sort of had this theory that if you push good content and you're good with people and you build relationships and you take advantage of all the technology available to us to connect with people, that would result in work. And so far, that's proven true. Of course, I recognize that could be taken away at any moment. Things can go haywire like that. So I'm absolutely grateful, just staying in the moment and not really looking too far ahead, nor getting too excited about what may have happened, in the recent past. Having said that, I did start my practice off with a big win for a municipal client. If you've looked at my profile or seen any of my content, I do a lot of labor and employment law on both sides, employer and employee. One of my larger clients is a municipality in Florida. We had terminated an employee. They had asked to get their job back through the arbitration process, and they got a hearing on that, and the arbitrator basically ruled for my client, so that employee did not get their job back, which was a big deal because they were involved in a health and safety position. So it was very important that they did not stay employed. And my client was super happy, but more importantly, the citizens of the municipality that I represent are in a much better place, because that case had a health and safety component to it. Other fun things happening, if you looked at my LinkedIn at all, I went to the Super Bowl, so another congratulations to the New England Patriots for their sixth Super Bowl victory, 11th appearance in a Super Bowl. That's an NFL record. 6 ties the NFL record, and of course, all 6 under the leadership of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. So congratulations to those guys. Other cool things happening at MLE Law. We've managed to really lock down the virtual office concept, which is amazing for our clients because there just isn't any overhead. And I think maybe 6-7 years ago, there was a misconception that virtual meant small time, and that's just not the case anymore. Now, I think it's the opposite. I think virtual means progressive, modern, and able to provide something alternative to clients, which of course is a better cost analysis, right, or a better cost basis, because you just don't have the overhead, better lifestyle, which keeps the lawyer happier, which keeps the client happier, and ability to move quickly. You know, when you're not constrained by brick and mortar office space, you can do a lot of different things, and you can do them a lot faster and a lot cleaner and a lot more efficient. And that's what we're really about at MLE Law. What else has been happening? Going to argue soon in front of the 3rd District Court of Appeal in a pretty big labor case. There'll be a couple more episodes coming that'll have the details of that case, but I'm pretty excited that my young little law firm will get the large, District Court of Appeal stage, for lack of a better word, and it's a case that a lot of people in my practice area will be following. So that's exciting as well. But for the most part, it's really just been a day-to-day of servicing clients, working on obviously getting new clients, and of course getting out in the community and meeting people, and using mediums like this, LinkedIn, Instagram, different types of videos to connect with all of you out there. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, if you're curious about my content, if you're curious about a legal issue, curious about what's going on, reach out. You can obviously direct message me on LinkedIn. You can email me, melkins@mlelawfirm.com. Go to my Instagram page @melkins1. Oh, and also don't forget that I do a podcast. It's called Game 7, the Sports, Business, and Lifestyle Podcast. And while I would love for you to listen, what I want to remind everyone of, if you think you'd be a great guest on my show, and the show covers the intersection, it's mostly the intersection between sports and business, but you don't have to have a sports component. If you've got a great business story and you think it would be something interesting, direct message me, pick up the phone and call me, 954-401-2608. Let's talk about your story. And if it's something compelling and interesting, I'd love to have you on the show. Podcasting is a hobby of mine. So please, Game 7, the Sports, Business, and Lifestyle Podcast. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, which is iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and of course, Spotify. So thanks everybody for watching episode 1 of State of the Firm. Leave any comments in the messaging below on LinkedIn, and if you're watching the shorter version of this on Instagram, leave comments as well. Message me. Love to know what you think. I'm probably going to keep doing the show even if everybody hates it, or I should say these little episodes. Even if you all hate it, I'm still going to keep doing it, but I'd love to know what you think. This was a first run. So thanks everyone for watching. Have a great week, great weekend, and we'll talk soon. Thank you.